You're watching the News Channel 15 Highlight Zone with Glenn Marini. Sports coverage you can count on with the Highlight Zone starts now.
Hi, I'm Michigan State coach Tom Izzo, and you're watching the Highlight Zone.
Seven Big Ten titles, 6 Final Fours, and the national championship in the year 2000. Tommy basketball, Tom Izzo in the Summit City tonight. The Izzone relocating to Kilmer Court. And if, Tom Izzo's in the house for tonight's Clash of the Conferences, it must be big time. That's why we sent Joe Whalen over to Snyder. He spent the night with Tom and all the rest of the folks at Snyder. He's got more. Joe.
Yeah, Glenn, whether you're a basketball fan in general or you happen to be a college coach looking for recruits, there was something for everyone at Snyder tonight. For starters, there's the aforementioned showdown between the NHC and the SAC. For someone like Tom Izzo, there was Homestead's Caleb Swanigan versus Snyder's 6'9" freshman Malik Williams. Izzo on hand, taking in the Highlight Zone game of the week, Michigan State. Plenty of interest in Swanigan, but early on, Izzo was getting a whole lot of Trayvon Covington. Knocks down the three, part of a 10-zip run out of the gate to start for Snyder. But Homestead would answer. They scored 13 of the next 18, including this three by Teddy Ray. That cuts it to a 15-13 game late in the first, but the second belonged to Covington and Snyder. The two-handed slam, and later on the kickout, Leander Williams buries the three on senior night. It was 34-20 Panthers at the break. But Swanigan was going to show out for Izzo, who was there to see him. The hoop and the harm inside to start the third. Next time down, same locale, same result. Swanigan, 19 of his 24 points coming in the second half, and then Joe Alt getting in the mix as well, as Homestead will pull within 3 points moving to the fourth quarter, but just a little more kick from Snyder down the stretch. Devlin Williams going baseline. He's got reservations for three, and Snyder reservations for the win column as the Panthers win on senior night, 68-63.
Tonight's game was very good for us because it kept home court for us. We haven't lost at home yet, and next week we're ready to play against Marion. The last two games when we lost, we came out to a slow start, so coming out to a quick start helped us play throughout the whole game, whole 32 minutes.
The last 2 days in practice, we said we got to get back to defense. That's how we've been playing all year. We got to get back to basics on defense and just outplay people, get in people's face and play defense for 32 minutes.
Snyder closed out the regular season next Friday with a tough one at Marion, while Homestead is at Northrop this coming Tuesday. And Glenn, Homestead made a great push in the second half, but that fast start by Snyder really carried the Panthers home.
And it's something that we've been talking about all season. We know Northside's probably the #1 team in the area, but who's that second best team? Who's that #2? Maybe we got our answer tonight. The Snyder Panthers with a nice win in front of Tommy Izzo. Thank you, Joe. Go guzzle some new NyQuil. Have some fun with that. Zombie apocalypse. You don't want to look like this guy. How about this? At By-Hay Arena, SAC champ Northside hosting Carroll. First quarter, Carroll out fast. They were not the Walking Dead. Kyle Mallers with 15 as he finishes on the break there. That is Chandler White, who just went over 1,000 points against Snyder earlier in the week. Carroll up by 2, and they're, trying to shake that off with those Northside fans. Sean McGee with the impossible shot in the first quarter. Then in the second, more of the same. McGee with some D, and then the finish as he gets the three-point play. Snyder up, or Northside up by 4. McGee had 17. Travion Cruz, he had 25. Northside wins, but Usha Mitchell misses most of the game with a knee injury. However, Redskins do take it 71-57.
It means a lot because, we pride ourselves in playing hard and just playing defense night in and night out, so it feels pretty good. It was big because, they're a sectional opponent, so, getting this win and then, preparing ourselves just in case if we see them again in the sectional.
Well, my biggest concern right now is Usha Mitchell and his health. He went down on his ankle, so I got to see how bad that is. I feel bad for him because it was early on in the first quarter, and he's a senior. So he didn't have, the type of senior night we wanted him to have, so that's unfortunate. So we'll see how he's doing, and hopefully we can rest him and get him ready for the postseason.
Best wishes to Usha. Next up, Carroll hosts North Central out of Indianapolis. That's tomorrow afternoon. Northside hosts Broad Ripple. That is tomorrow night. After winning at Leo on Wednesday, the Bishop Twinger Saints making another road trip, this time to Kendallville in the Big Blue Pit. East Noble starting quick. Houston Pattee drains the three. Great frame to be shooting from the outside, but the Wenger storms back. Mike Theacable with the bucket. He just signed to play football at Air Force, and it's Grady Eifert. Great genetics. He buries the shot in the second. Knights defending the home court. Colton Williams with the bucket. But this one belonged to the Saints. Joseph Veraco from downtown as Dwenger wins on the road at East Noble, 53-38. Bishop Lures, hey, they were on the road at the house that Rick Fox built as the Knights squaring off against Warsaw. Nate Pearl early on. This kid is a gem. He knocks it down. Warsaw up 5-2. How about more from Warsaw? All Miranda on the breakaway, finishing with a little fancy flair there. Warsaw up by 6. Lures countering with J.J. Foster, the young kid popping from way deep. But simply too much Warsaw tonight. Jordan Stuckey had himself a ball game. He has 16 points to lead the Tigers as Warsaw wins big over Lures, 73-46. Concordia also on the road tonight. The Cadets in Monroeville, they're taking on Heritage as Heritage in the hunt for an ACAC title. Mitch Paradine in the second quarter gets the bucket for Concordia. Cadets up by 1. How about this, though? A little Heritage defense. Connor Blicky with the layup as Heritage now in the lead. The Patriots feeling good about the way this season is heading. Back to Concordia. Kevon Edwards with the bucket. Cadets take the lead there. Then it's Jordan Kindig not putting them to sleep. He gets the bucket inside for the Cadets as Concordia wins, holding Heritage to just 28. The final 42-28 Concordia. Don Riker Gymnasium is our next stop. Wawasee making a long drive to do battle with the Archers on their home court. First quarter action, Alex Clark comes out popping and wide out when he can shoot it like that. Wawasee with an early lead. However, Trey Maston, he comes back the other way in the corner for a triple, and the game is knotted. More Wawasee, though, and more from Mr. Clark. Clark had 19 points. That would paint the Warriors, but too much from Southside. How about Nate Thomas putting together a solid senior season? He buries the shot. He had 24 as Southside wins at home over Wawasee, 69-45. Well, we got to take a quick timeout, but coming up, county bragging rights on the line as DeKalb battles Garrett, and Adams Central facing off against rival South Adams. Plus, like a dozen donuts from Hireleys, Norwell has eaten up the competition this year. But would Woodland survive a night in Ossian? The answer, it's all coming up next in the Highlight Zone.
Hi, I'm Michigan State coach Tom Izzo, and you're watching the Highlight Zone.